Hello YouTube. I'm going to make this video here for the people that want to see a little more about the inside of this cottage that's for sale. I've come to a conclusion where I can no longer be here. I ran out of money. I didn't get the cottage finished. I'm a little upset about that. But stuff happens, I guess. This is the front entrance. It's knotty pine, of course, 3/4 inch thick board. It's not a brand new door, but a new door to this building. Yep, this is my baby. I make a joke about this. I put a support beam under here, strong enough to park the truck up there, just because I could. So this is what you see when you come in the house. And right here on the left, this is the original front door that was on this cottage. I decided to save it and just use it as a bedroom door. This is a small 8x12 bedroom. This window here was actually installed in the house in 2018 in January. Right here where this cubby hole is, that's the original wall to the house, and I made a built-in cubby hole, whatever you want to call it. That's where the window used to be. If you're wondering why it's a window and it's that deep, this is an actual log cabin, so the walls are pretty thick, and because it's a small room, I didn't want to have furniture in here, so I built a his and hers closet where you can hang stuff. So that might help a little bit. It's all built in. More storage here, but that's coming with me when I leave. So then you come in the main part, which was the original entrance to the house. It was right here. This was the original entrance. Now you're going to see how thick the walls really are. 24 inches almost, with the new building and the old wall. So to the right is when you go upstairs to the second floor. I just had this spray foam installed. I don't know if it was January, February, somewhere around there. And this was done 4 years too early for me. I don't have the money to put the new knee walls in and the new walls and ceilings in. Like I say, it was done 5 years too early for me. but you get things done when you can get things done. So this is what happened. So if you're handy, you can make this whatever you want it to be. You can put knotty pine up, you can put drywall up, you can put whatever you want up, paneling, doesn't matter. It's there, you're handy, get her done. I just don't have the money to do it anymore. I've maxed out my finances and I have a pension to rely on, and that's all I got. So tired of being broke every month, so I gotta sell it. Downstairs here, this is the original ceilings and walls from 1950. This cottage was built in 1950. Back then they weren't too eager on fire safety. They had the original chimney going through the wall right there, which in my opinion was too close to the iron ceiling. So when I put the new chimney in I'm going to say I put the chimney in 2018. My friend and I came over, I should say, and we took the old brick chimney down and installed the Selkirk chimney. The chimney on its own was $1,600 just for the pipes. And my friend and I put it in. I got some cement board on top of strapping on top of the wall, so there is a little bit of airflow behind this cement board here. You can see there's still a little space there, but apparently wet certificate requires a little more of a gap there. And I have in the woodshed the steel studs to go onto the wall, and then you can put that back onto the steel studs, and then you'll meet the wet certificate code for the gap. I haven't got it done yet. I'm also a broken down old man, work related injuries, so everything that I do here takes a really long time and takes a lot of effort. So I can only work a little bit at a time. Here's a rendition of a cottage kitchen counter. This has all been replaced in the last couple of years. This didn't exist, these cabinets and shelving units, and this didn't exist. When I moved in here, there was a sideways sink in here and a vanity sink right there. This was the end of the house, right here at this doorway. This I'm going to call it an island. I've called it an island ever since I made it. It's not really an island, it's a eat-in kitchen counter. The original cabinet was that big. That was up against the wall underneath that set of cupboards. So I turned it out 90 degrees, put a wide top on it, and now you got your propane stove and a fridge. Nice area to work between the two. And then you come over here, and after you finish your eating over here, you can do your dishes over here. It all works out great. There was not a lot of storage in here, so in 2017 I put some shelving in here in this spot. When they built this place, I think there was small people living here because the countertops were low, everything was low. And then the stairwell, it was an awful stairwell. It still is an awful stairwell, but now it's a new awful stairwell. The only time I go down there is rarely. The only time I actually go down here is if I pop a breaker or to change the water filters on the water pump. In 2018, I replaced every piece of the water system but one pipe. And you know the old saying, if it works, don't fix it. As you can see how slow I'm moving, tells you what condition I'm in today. And here again, we've had the foam insulation sprayed in. This is the basement wall. And then you got the foundation that Cottage is sitting on. It's all spray foamed. I don't need to heat the basement anymore, and I don't have frozen pipes anymore. This is one of the original posts that was in here. Needs to get changed. Here's a new support put in here. A couple new rafters put in, or floor joists put in. You can actually see the crappy concrete floor that was put in here. But here is the important part. This is all brand new as of 2018. When I moved in here in 2017, I put a new water pump in. It's sitting right there, and for some reason it sprung a leak. So 1 month after the warranty was up. So now we got a $300 depth pump here. We got a large intake water filter, a small pressure tank, and a secondary filter. And then this is the only line I didn't replace. From this water filter up here, across here, to under the kitchen sink. There's 2 lines here. One goes outside to the outside faucet, and the other one goes to feed the rest of the kitchen. This is the only line I didn't touch. Other than that, everything else is new. This house has been under construction since 2017, if you're wondering why it's a mess. It's pretty sad. I've been living in a construction zone for 4 years. You get a 100 amp service panel here. Looks a little rusty, but when I moved in here, there was 4 feet of water in this basement. The stairs had rotted off halfway up. Okay. So in here is one of those small hot water tanks. I don't know if you can see the red pipe down there. That's PEX pipe plumbing. see it. It's all new PEX pipe. And here are 2 shut-offs that shut the water going off to this room. Hi. It's a built-in medicine cabinet. Storage on top. Sink works. This sink is actually from a camper. Recycle, reuse. Cabin underneath. Now, this being said, this was a summertime only cottage, right? So it has a little freezing issue after -20. So there's a little heater under here. Plug it in there. Freezing problem's done with. This is cedar on the ceiling, cedar on the walls. Brand new vent fan. Shower, tub enclosure. This is all new here. This is all new last year. This shower. And again, because I ran out of money, it's not 100% finished. Now when I made this room here, I was going to make it look like the old barn look, so I put the rough cut lumber up on the walls. That there is the original wall to the house. This here is the original back door to the house. Well, not the door itself, but the doorway. I picked up a used door. And this here is where I would store 1 quart of firewood inside. So you don't have to go outside when it's bad weather out. And there is some hardwood still down here. A little bit of oak left. Cedar boards on the deck. In the last month, I put up a roof support, 3 support beams or posts, and I pulled the railing off and replaced the railing. I recycled some of the wood for the railing and then put some new cedar up also. We've got 2x4 construction inside this wall with insulation, with 2-inch insulation on the outside. Lots of firewood still. This is a ½ acre of land, and it's more than plenty. I was going to paint this place to make it look better, but I've got no more money, so can't do what I can't do. Needs a little bit of finishing here and there. I had the propane tank sitting here because the kitchen stove is a propane stove. Now, I put the tanks here on a temporary basis, and when I wanted to get a bigger tank in, they told me that the tanks are too close to the window and the electrical outlet. And I'm saying, why? Well, in case of leaks. And I just about laughed at them. I said, really? I'm going to use a tank that leaks. Does that make any freaking sense? You know, just my opinion of these rich people dictating to other people how to live. But anyways, yesterday I pulled the tanks away from there. This pipe is 4 feet in the ground. This tank is anchored to the pipe. The flex line is covered with tubing so that the UV rays don't get onto the flex pipe. The flex pipe goes into a steel pipe here, under the driveway, into the house, right next to the chimney. From there it goes up through the floor to the kitchen stove. So there you have it. There's the chimney that was installed in 2018. $1,600, man. That's a lot of money for a chimney. But the brick chimney that was up there was ready to fall down. So it had to go. The roof requires some vents put in. I haven't had the time or the money to get the vents put in. So I left the back and the front open. I put some screen on it. But you know the squirrels, the screen is a sign that says, hey, come look at this. They didn't get in that side or this side, but they got in the other side. This steel siding came from Cobden, Whitewater Metals. There you go, Whitewater. I'm advertising for you. Whitewater Metals in Cobden. They have the best price on metals. I didn't get the top of the door done yet, and I actually wanted to replace this cut piece here, only because I don't like it. There's one full sheet on here, and I'm thinking that there's some small pieces here too that can be used for over top of the doorway. So this is my addition. The squirrels got in through the screen on this side. Right there in the center, it looks like it's ripped, but I could be wrong. It looks like it's ripped. But they definitely got in right there. That's ripped open. So, that being said, it needs to be closed off, and the screen closed off there, and a vent put on the flat wall there. Now, this siding that's on here was $33 a board when I bought it. It is now $54 a board. It needs a few more boards put up. This was an outside, this is an outside drain for the kitchen sink. This place is approved for a dry well, and what I've got done here is in the summer months, there you can see where the mouse got in. In the summer months, this drain here goes through this pipe, then it comes across here underground, and it drains back 100 feet. Everything drains back 100 feet, where that blue bucket is upside down. That shed took me 3 months to build. And let me go get the keys. This is going to take forever to upload to YouTube, but it's okay. 'Except for the odd bit of traffic. Most of the time it's really quiet here. There's very few kids in this neighborhood. Mostly adult, older aged people. Like I'm 59, right? Most of the people are in their 70s in this neighborhood. This woodshed. This side carries 15 cord. This side carries 15 cord. An 8x8 tool room. And this generator will be coming with me. You have to get your own generator, but I will leave this cord. This cord is buried under the driveway. That cord travels along here under the deck, under this room, powers those two outlets. So when the power goes out, you go out to the shed, fire up the generator, you come in the house, and you switch where this white outlet is to where the metal outlet is. One switch. Pull it, push it. These cords run the fridge, the stove, the fan, and all the electronics. That's on one cord. And on the second cord, if you plug it in back over there and bring it up here, unplug this power cord from the outlet here on the wall. I don't know if you can see it too well. Probably not. But right here is an outlet. You unplug that, plug it into the power cord, and that powers the hydro going to this part of the room, the freezer and the light. That cord will power this power bar. So you instantly have power when the power goes out. And the power runs the sump pump, the well pump on this cord. The sump pump and the well pump are plugged in through this cord here to this power bar. If you're ever having an issue, you can shut this power bar off somewhere. I don't know where the switch is. I guess there is no switch. That's different. Anyways, just unplug it then if you're having an issue, and that'll shut the pumps off downstairs. That's if you're having an issue with the pump. Now, the other thing is this silver box I don't know if you can see it. The light, colored light switch. That also turns on and off an outlet that's in the basement. So you can have the water pump plugged into that and shut it off from here. But if it's plugged into that outlet, it does not get powered with the generator. That's why it's set up the way it is. That's just a shower curtain rod I hung up there. Not a shower curtain rod, but a shower curtain that I hung up to make it look pretty on top of the pretty wood. I like wood, can you tell? So, needless to say, I'm sad to be doing this video, but it's got to be done. I'm out of time. I cannot afford to keep going like this. I'm on a pension, and every time I get my money, half of my money goes on the mortgage account, the other half of the money goes on the bills, and I'm left with $200 a month to live. That's paying my phone, internet, car insurance, and then I got nothing left for me. So this has got to change. I have to move. I have to sell this and start over somewhere else. Anyways, you all have a great day. I hope you enjoyed this video. I think this is the most informative one I ever did. It's gonna be a long time to upload it, but it's coming. You all have a great day. Be safe, and as usual, keep this side down.